Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Skymaster A10. This is the black snake scheme from Skymaster, so painted in the factory. This is going to be a fun one. Let's unbox this thing and see what it looks like. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with this box here, which is the wings. The A10 actually comes fairly small because the fuselage is quite narrow and fits in a very small box when it's disassembled, of course. And then the wings are fairly compact as well. So for such a big plane, it does come from the factory quite well packaged. Once it's all together though, it becomes a monster. All right, and bring it on in here. This is our wings. Very nicely packaged. I'm really excited to see this scheme from the factory. I painted one of these last year and it turned out just beautiful. So that is what they look like when they first come out of the box. All right, so we're just going to put these things aside and we will take these things apart one at a time. And as per usual, you always want to check your packaging and make sure you got everything out of there. That's an important thing. Make sure nothing got tucked in there. Okay, so we're going to pop these wings open first and take a close look at everything. Now our landing gear is not installed on the wings. That's one of the things that makes the wings smaller when they first get shipped, is no landing gear is installed, no gear pod or nacelle is installed, so the wings are quite a bit smaller than when they are fully built. Super cool. Now I'm just guessing, but I think this gray is quite a bit darker than the gray I use, but maybe not. Hard just going from memory on those kind of things. But so typical Skymaster A10 wing. There's the top side there. Beautiful. The finish is perfect. The satin finish is exactly what the airplane got when I repainted it, and looks beautiful. Little red details there, which is great. And that's awesome. So we've got a split aileron for the air brake, which I love, and that's painted all red. So super cool to see. Okay, so that's wing number one. Looks awesome. We're going to open up wing number two and take a closer look at it and do our normal inspection to make sure all is well with wing number two. All right, and wing number two is open. Looks just like wing number one. And all is good. There's a shot of the top side. Okay, so all looks good. Very nice finishing on the wing, normal Skymaster stuff. We got lots of carbon in there. Everything is as per the typical and previous generations of this kit that we've put together. Okay, so we're gonna open up the fuselage box here. It's a bit of a pain because it's such a tight fit. Okay, so fuselage box, when you first open it up, we got lots of foam, and we've got a bunch of parts stuck in here. So we've got our elevator assembly, our exhaust pipes, our verticals, some parts. Okay, so we're gonna pull these things out one at a time and just set them aside. And what we'll probably do is get the fuselage put on a table, and then we'll take a look at these pieces individually. Okay, so all the normal hardware package stuff. And again, like normal, you want to make sure that you're going through each of these pieces individually to make sure nothing slips through. Okay, we got a bunch of our wing pylons mixed in here for the ordnance. All right, engine nacelles. So these are, on the new generations of these kits, they're two separate pieces rather than one big piece. A wing tube, more pylons, more ordnance. The A10 ordnance package is mental. There's so much in the package. This is the main landing gear. It's like the fuselage barely takes up any of the actual box. It's all ordnance stuff. Those are our gear pieces. We've got our scale turbofans. We've got our A10 pilot and fuselage pieces. All right, so fuselage, not very big at all. Quite small in the grand scheme of things. comparatively to the F-14 we just unpackaged, and the rear part of the fuselage. The A-10 is basically all guns, engines, and wings, so very cool. Okay, so we are going to get the boxes kind of dealt with and organized. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place our fuselage on a table, and we'll start taking a look and unpacking all the little individual pieces. All right, so we got everything organized here that we're going to open up. So there's a bunch of little things like pylons and ordnance and such that we're not going to disassemble in the unboxing video here, but everything that kind of gives the shape to the aircraft, because we're going to put the aircraft together and take a look at it. So we will open these pieces up individually. And we'll start off with our normal Skymaster hardware package. There should be no surprises in this guy. So a lot of the Skymaster stuff we actually don't end up using, like the air system products we don't use, like the valves and everything, but all standard looking stuff. So all standard hardware. You've got all your servo mounting, tank fittings, which we don't use. We've got all of our carbon arms and everything, which we do end up using, and some screws and stuff. So all right, so we'll start from the back and work our way forward. So we're going to take a look at our vertical stabs or rudders first. Now I'm very curious to see their take on the Black Snakes scheme. Now after doing one of these in paint and seeing it fly, I definitely think that this is hands down the #1 A10 scheme. It looks phenomenal. It's very visible in the sky and looks awesome. Cool, so there it is. Looks great. Definitely different than the one that I did. So the one I did, the blue was a little bit lighter. I think just, and this is just from memory, our lettering was maybe white instead of light gray. So it's kind of cool to see their take on it, but looks awesome. Very nice. Okay, so we'll open up the second vertical stab just to confirm that we're happy with everything, and everything looks good. All right, so second vertical stab looks great, same as the first. There's really not a whole lot to see as far as structure goes in here, but it's pretty typical for Skymaster A10. You got your painted cover plates, your servo actually gets mounted right there, your carbon arm gets installed, but looks good. All right, so keeping in our theme of moving forward, now we're going to look at our horizontal stab, which is one big assembly. And then we'll move into our engine pods. All right. Very nice. I like it. Yeah, their gray is a little bit of a different tone compared to what I ended up using, but looks good. It's, I think, just a little bit darker than what I used, but ultimately hard to tell the difference. So looks good, nothing abnormal, nothing out of the ordinary. All the structure is normal. We've got Airex covered with, laminated with some G10 material, and the normal construction throughout. All right, so engine pod #1. Very nice, very nice. All right, so here's our first view at some contrast colors other than the wing, I guess. But there is our contrast. We've got some ordnance tucked in the pods. Great spot for them. That looks wicked. So when we do our scale turbofans, they go in the front here, they get glued in place, and then we end up finishing the inside. So that is our... So on the new A10, there's a little rod here that you grab to access the hatch. So right there. The older generation A10s use screws, but I'm going to pop all the ordnance out of here just so we've got them out. But very cool. It's always nice to see the Skymaster ordnance kit. The A10, when it's fully loaded with armament, it is crazy. It's a lot of work to get all the armament on this plane because there's so much, but it's pretty awesome. That's probably a portion of one of the wings. And a shot inside the engine pod. So looks great. We're going to open up #2 just to confirm that we're happy with everything, and it looks good. All right, and #2 looks exactly the same as the first. So we'll pop that open, pull all the ordnance out, and set that aside as well. All right, guys, so now we're gonna get into the fuselage pieces. So we will do the back end first. Again, working our way forwards. All right, looks fabulous. Typical Skymaster A10, always nice to see everything. Something that it's kind of nice to see the differences that they make, little changes here and there. So as an example, previous generation kits, the tanks are exactly the same, but they wouldn't have them bolted in like this. They were just rested in place. And I would typically put a bead of silicone on the front of the tanks, but this one they're actually bolted in place, which is nice to see. So those little changes that Skymaster's doing to make a better aircraft. So we'll open up the front now and take a look at this section. All right. Very nice. Very nice. So all the normal things, looking at all the nomenclature they did here, and looks fabulous. So pretty typical layout, nothing's changed in the layout of the aircraft. Looks exactly like previous generations. The front hatch here, which is pretty much where everything gets accessed for batteries and stuff. So that's all normal. Everything looks good in there. Everything looks typical. Okay, so we're gonna quickly put this thing together. The A10's a little difficult because you have so many pieces, but we're gonna get the fuselage kind of bolted together, get the wings on, the tail section kind of on, just to give you guys a general shape of what this thing looks like. Very excited to put this together. Great looking scheme, a little different color tones than what I used previously, but very excited to build this aircraft. We are going to do some changes, and this aircraft build of this A10, because we've done them on the channel before, it's not going to be as in-depth as we've done previously, but we're going to do a nice overview, kind of a quick, maybe 2-3 episode build of this aircraft. So it'll just be very, very quick. Putting things together. If you want more details, you can refer to those previous videos that we've done. A lot of this aircraft is going to be the same. We're using like Swewin 140s. We're using a full jetty system right off the hop in this aircraft, which is going to be different from the previous one. We're going to put a compressor in this aircraft right off the hop. Again, a little bit different. So a lot of cool things planned. All right, so here's a bit of an overview shot of some of the ordnance. We got them all laid out here. Very cool details on these guys. And there is the A10 in black snake scheme. Oh man, that looks mean. What a good looking aircraft. That is going to be beautiful. So cool. All right, guys, so pretty stinking cool aircraft. It's really hard not to enjoy these A10s. They're just such outstanding pieces of work. This black snake scheme is so cool. I absolutely love it. It's just outstanding. So really looking forward to putting this, I say that about every aircraft, but really looking forward to putting this thing together. Some of the quick details on it. Again, we are doing a quick condensed build series on this aircraft, so it's going to be very quick, short kind of snippets here and there. Probably going to do a little bit of a different editing fashion on those videos as well too, so let me know if you guys enjoy that. It's going to be different, but we're doing Swewin engines on this aircraft, basically MKS servos everywhere. We're doing a Unilite lighting kit, onboard air compressor, Zykoy sequencer, Zykoy valves everywhere, operational canopy, yeah, tons of cool stuff. So it's going to be a beautiful build, and really looking forward to putting this thing together. So a couple parting notes here. If you are interested, we have a channel called The Lighter Side of RC After Dark. What that channel is we do live streams here from the shop. typically every 2 weeks on Saturdays during the winter for about 2 hours. The live streams are cool because you get to see things that we're working on weeks in advance before the actual videos come out. But the coolest thing is during the live stream, you can ask us questions and interact with us, and it's just a fun time. Usually there's guests here in the shop and it's a blast. So definitely check that out. The other big thing is about a month ago we started channel memberships. What channel memberships are, they are a paid service. So to become a channel member, there are some links down below. You do pay a monthly service fee for it, but you get access to the videos way in advance before anybody else gets to see them. So for example, I'll upload this video, the A10 unboxing video. The members will get to view it, and then maybe 2 weeks later it comes out and is released on YouTube. So the channel membership is pretty cool stuff. And the last thing is we started another channel with my friend Anthony called the RC Air Experience. Now the RC Air Experience, it's our podcast channel. So pretty cool stuff. We've had some great guests on there. We've got some others lined up for the new year. If you're into podcasts, definitely check that out. It's a ton of fun, and I've really enjoyed that aspect of YouTube and the hobby and videos and stuff as well. So thanks guys for watching the unboxing of the Skymaster A10. Stay tuned for lots of cool stuff coming up, and we'll see you in the next video.